Hi, good morning. So I'm taking this video as I am right now in my hotel room, and it's the 14th of June 2024. I'm in downtown Vancouver, and I'm not quite sure what time it is, but I could check on the phone here in a second. And we're going to do that because I just figured out the answer to, and I get this mixed up. It's either 0 divided by 1 or 1 divided by 0. So, and 0 on the top divided by anything is always going to be 0. But the other way, the 1 divided by 0, that way is the answer has not yet been understood. And I'm explaining it to you here first. So it's not only 1 divided by 0. Your calculator will tell you that you can't divide by 0. Now, that's not entirely correct. It's actually not correct. So there's numbers, and all of the numbers have different kind of groups. Like if you're going to just count from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, anything that you can like point at and count, and you can't really point at 0. Okay, it's not like you can point at 0 and say it's there. So you have to start pointing at one thing. So if you start pointing at one thing, 2, 3, 4, those are called the natural numbers. If you include the 0 in that, then they're called whole numbers, which is the same as natural numbers, but it has the 0. And if you include all the negative numbers, those are called integers. So integers are the negative and the positive, and I think it also includes the 0 at that point. And then you've got the whole rational numbers, which includes all the decimals. And then you've got the imaginary numbers, which includes the decimals, but then a square root, -1, which is something you can't do, but math likes to definitely play around with the imagination. So, and then there's, we're getting to that. Okay, so there's all these different categories of subcategories of numbers and things. Anyway, basically, what I just want to tell you is you got 1 and you got -1. You got 2 and you got -2. I should go this way. Okay, you got 1 and you got -1. You got 2 and you got -2. And you got 3 and you got -3. So everything has two numbers like that except 0. 0 has 0. 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There's no such thing as -0. There's no such thing as +0. It's just 0, 0, 0. So that's a bit of an enigma in math. And because that's an enigma, it only happens once. It's not going to have the dual pair of positive, negative relationship things. So, for example, 0 divided by 1 is always 0, but 1 divided by 0, I don't understand how to do that because the 0 can only come up once, is the answer from AI. And so we will figure that one out, no problem. And we did. And we're going to write it, and we wrote it down, but we haven't sent it yet. But we're going to send it on Facebook. And so right now, I just definitely want to be sure that this is also on video because, in 100 years, they might say, gee, wow, that guy was actually right. And then I can say, yeah, well, I've been trying to tell you. So in this case, the 1 divided by 0, the 2 divided by 0, the 3 divided by 0, the 4 divided by 0, they're all the same. They all can't be divided by 0. The 0 divided by 0, the calculator also says can't be divided by 0. But 0 divided by 0, I would argue to be 1. Because there's also a rule that says when you take one thing and you divide it by itself, it is still that one thing. You're cutting it up into pieces, but it's still that one thing. And so it doesn't matter if you have all of eternity. If you're still looking at eternity and you're just fixing something in the middle there, you still have eternity. So 0 over 0 is definitely 0. It's not defined anyway. Yeah. I mean, you could open it up into square bracket 0 or change the shape of it. That would be cute. Turn it into the number O, letter O. Make it a little fatter. But okay, so 1 divided by 0 then. It doesn't repeat forever because repeating forever is the same as repeating by itself, like 1 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2. That's a repeat forever. And you represent that in math already with a dot over the decimal number. Like if it's 2.2, then you put a dot over the last 2 there, and it just means it goes on forever with a 2. And the symbol for that is the sideways 8. That's the infinity sign. So on some calculators, when you go 0 divide, erase. Okay, when you go 1 divided by 0. On some calculators, when you push the equals, it's going to be this one. But that's not right. It has to be 1, 1, 1. It has to be 3 of any of the same symbols. It can be dot, dot, dot. It can be line, line, line. It can be poke, poke, poke. It can be 1, 1, 1. It can be 2, 2, 2. It can be tuck, tuck, tuck. It can be anything as long as it's 3 things. Because if there's 3 things that are presented in one group, it is always the unbeatable, recognizable way of eternity. So basically that is the living symbol of eternity. It can change its form, but the structure is always the same. So it doesn't matter if you call it the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, or if you call it a blue pen, a red pen, and a black pen, or if you call it a red pen, red pen, red pen, or a blue pen, blue pen, blue pen, or a black pen, black pen. Black pen 9 is not necessary. You only need the 3. And so in math, when you have a 1 and you have a divided by and you get 0, so one more time, we're going to here 1, and then we're going to divide it by, and then we're going to go 0, and then we're going to go equals, chook, chook, and then click, and then we're going to go 1, 1, 1, and then we're going to give that check mark. Good job. That's what that means. And the infinity sign you can't really get to. This one is a chook. Okay. Good. Let's shake to stop recording. Oh no, I wanted to read the. Okay, let's read the post then, because that's what I'm in the middle of doing here. So I was going to say, if you worry less and smile more, you'll always have a good, better day. And I put the middle finger in there, but that's just a visual stamp. And that's also the 3 part there. And then the elevator stopped. And this is a real true story, guys. Sorry. And then the elevator stopped at the 3rd floor. Oh, Jesus. Again. Generally means good job. Sincerely, nothing bad. Okay. Note. Right. So this is important because the 3s are really not understood. 3s generally mean singular. No, okay, 3s. Okay. 3s generally mean good job. And sincerely nothing bad about that. Okay, this is actually a little bit important, at least, and we don't need that 3 in there. To Lindsay. Okay, and we're gonna, I wish I could just keep the keyboard down, but it doesn't seem to be happening here. There is no such thing as a bad 3 or a bad any number for that matter. But in this specific case, that's an paragraph. But in this specific case, I didn't like 3s because I didn't understand them. And I should break this up. I probably affected Lindsay's beliefs about that. I mean, we always rub each other's deepest of each other in every true relationship, and mine with Lindsay's is definitely true. So that might have rubbed off on Lindsay. Okay, one more time. Alrighty. I probably affected Lindsay's beliefs about that. I mean, we always It's too much talking, but it's a nice thought anyway. I mean, we always rub each other's deepest beliefs off on each other in every true relationship. And mine with Lindsay's is definitely true. So that, okay, well, we can put these other brackets there then. These other, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to add some paragraph spaces also. Okay, this is going to look a little bit nicer in a second. That's it. And this. But for now, just remember, 3 to your at you means you're doing a good job. Don't doubt yourself. You understand true faith in yourself. 3 together as one packet eternally represents eternity, and that's what I'm getting at, okay? So, 1, 1, 1, we can go 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dot, dot, dot. Plus divide equals. Okay, 1 divided by 0, that one. The answer to that one isn't the sideways 8, because it isn't definable in terms of current math rules. And now the rest of this post is about the elevator, so I'm going to anyway, stop here.